Welcome to the Wounded to Wisdom Mama podcast, where healing meets motherhood.
We're your hosts. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Summer. Two mamas on a journey of turning our pain into purpose and breaking generational cycles with love, grace, and honesty.
Here we share raw stories, practical tools, and heartfelt conversations about what it really looks like to heal from trauma while raising little ones.
Whether you're in the thick of healing, learning to mother yourself as you mother your kids, or just searching for hope, you're in the right place.
Together, we're choosing growth over guilt, wisdom over wounds, and connection over silence. Let's heal, grow, and mother side by side. Hey guys, welcome to our first Wounded to Wisdom Mama podcast. This is big.
I know, I'm so excited.
Yes, so today we're just going to get to know each other, let you guys know what everything's about, and just let it go from there. So, Summer, tell me who Summer is.
Well, I was born and raised in Clay, and I was with my dad growing up. He was a single dad, and he raised three girls by himself. I grew up, and I got married when I was 19, so I was young, and I went through three miscarriages, and then I had two twin girls. Their names are Journey and Oakley, and then a couple years later, I had a surprise, and her name was Lainey, and she is one, and basically my whole life is my kids, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yes.
So, who are you?
Well, I got married at 19 too.
That's crazy.
Yes, so I met Alex when I was 17. Well, I actually met him before that, but we didn't start seeing each other till I was 17.
You had to beg a little.
Oh, he didn't leave me alone. Anyway, so yeah, we've been together since I was 17. We got married when I was 19. Then we had our first daughter 9 months later. Riley, she's 7, and then we have a almost 2-year-old Cade. I don't know. I was back and forth between my parents. It wasn't just one place. I did move in with my dad in high school, so I did start high school and finish here in Clay, and that's where most of my life has been. But we bounced around a few places.
Yeah.
I have 4 sisters. One is a stepsister, but she's just a sister.
Yeah.
2 that are younger and 2 that are older. And really, I've just been a mom as long as I've been an adult. So that's my personality, really.
Yeah, literally.
So, tell me about your husband.
My husband's name was Chris. He was born and raised in Braxton, and his
I
family.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
I lived there for a while.
Yeah, his family lives in Calhoun now. He's wonderful. He literally is almost the exact opposite of me, so we work really well together. He is the best dad. Of course, we have our differences. We've been together for 7 years almost, which is crazy because I'm only 25. But he just is the most wonderful dad, such a good husband, and he went through a lot as a kid, so he's also healing through fatherhood. So.
Oh, well, I love that. Alex had a very good life growing up.
His parents are great.
They raised him in church. Him and Brian both. His brother. They're like good guys. You can tell that they were raised steady and
good family.
So Alex is opposite of me, like you said. He is like the calm. He never worries about anything. He's just always chill,
Yeah.
And then there's me, and it's like I'm a tornado in our life, and I couldn't imagine being with someone who was also like me. If it works for other people, then that's fine, but if I didn't have Alex's calm in my life.
Yeah, he's the calm to my storm.
Yes,
yeah.
I don't know I just don't know.
Yeah, it wouldn't work.
No, but he is a good dad.
Yeah.
That is his priority. Right now he's with the kids, so we can do this.
He's such a good dad.
Yes, and he always makes it a point to let me do things that are important for me.
Yeah.
So he is great. We have, well, like you said, next year we'll be together like 10 years and I'll only be 27. So
That's
it's like
crazy.
my whole adult life has been him.
Yeah, Chris has been like my only, like he's been my one, you know?
Yeah. They can be annoying though.
Yeah. Chris is definitely on my nerves like 90% of the time.
Yeah.
But it's because we're so opposite, and I'm like, why is this not getting on your nerves? And
Yeah,
he's just like,
why is this not
"It's
bothering
fine."
you? And I'm over here like,
yeah, a
Yes.
maniac. And he's like, just chill out. And I'm like, how do you even chill out?
yes. Yeah, I get it. I always wonder what it's like for Alex to be on like the other side of this, because
Yeah,
I'm the one with all the, you know, the issues and the illnesses and the trauma, and I know it's hard for him because
yeah.
he just doesn't know what to do half the time.
Yeah, I always wonder what it's like to not have to worry about everything.
Yeah.
Because Chris is like, they're sick, so what? And I'm like, what do you mean, so what?
Don't even get me started on germs. That's Alex. He's like, they're going to get sick eventually. And I'm like, yes, I know.
But I want to prevent it as long as possible.
Yes.
So we have a special guest coming on our podcast on our next episode, and we are so excited about it. We will announce our special guest soon, but we want you guys to interact with our podcast as much as possible, because we want to make this about you also. So if you have any questions for us, or like want to know how we deal with trauma, or literally anything that you have questions about, drop them in the comments, or you can message one of us privately, and we would obviously keep it anonymous if you wanted to, but just message us and we can answer as best as possible on our next episode with our very special guests that we are so excited about.
Yes. Listen, I'm buying tissues. Because,
yeah, it's going to be emotional.
Yes.
She was a part of both of our lives in high school, and she did so much for my family and me when I was in school. I'm already getting choked up because she's just one of the best people I know. Her and her husband are great, so I'm so looking forward to that episode.
They are. We love them. She has a raw story to tell, and that is just, I cannot stress enough, like, this podcast is going to be about sharing these moments as women and getting through them and overcoming them, but know that it wasn't easy to get there. You know, there are times where it feels like impossible. So for her to be able to share this story even years later is just going to be something huge, and we're so thankful that she is willing to share that with us. So
we will put a trigger warning up before, because some of our stories are going to be, we are going to be as raw and real as possible, because the things that we have went through as moms, as kids, as teenagers, as adults, they're raw and they're real and they're emotional. So if you have a trigger to any thing that would pertain to that, we will put a trigger warning up at the beginning. This is about healing, about learning how to grow through the things that you've been through. I know it sounds cheesy, but you grow through what you go through. So just, we want you guys to be aware that some of the things that we talk about will be raw.
Yeah. And if you or anyone you know has a story that would like to come and share, we would love to have you.
Yes.
Nothing too big or nothing too small. I mean, every journey is different, but it leads us all to the same place. We just want to heal and overcome. So if you do want to join us, or you know someone who would, just reach out to us and we will do our best to get you on here, because we would love to have you.
Yes.
Truly. So you mentioned that your dad raised you and 3 girls.
Yeah.
Where was mom?
That's a really good question, and this is raw and real. So, my mom growing up went to a Christian school. Her parents are great. My Papa Benny is a huge part in my life.
Oh, so that's Your
Yeah.
mother's dad.
Yeah, that's my mom's dad. A lot of people don't know that. But my Papa Benny that I talk about and post about all the time is my mom's dad. He is everything to me. She has a brother, and I also am still close with my grandma, her mom also. But when I was growing up, my mom was in and out of my life a lot. Um, my dad didn't allow her to be around a lot because she really badly struggled with addiction, and like had multiple men in and out of her life. When I was growing up and I was around 8 years old, she actually moved to North Carolina, and my dad kind of tried to cut off visitation because it was a very rocky place. I didn't understand it then, but I definitely understand it now. It just was not a good environment for a child to be in. I did get to visit her a few times, but eventually I grew up and just learned and could see the toxicity myself. So
Yeah.
I decided myself to stray away from that and kind of just cut it out. Um, and then on New Year's Eve of 2017, I messaged her and told her like I loved her and I wanted to move on and forgive her. And I just wanted to kind of build a relationship because I was about to turn 17. And I kind of was just in that place where like you need your mom, you know?
Yeah.
So like my dad didn't know how to deal with periods and boyfriends and all that. So she was planning on coming in on my birthday is the 18th of January, and she actually passed away on the 12th of January in 2017. So that was a really, really hard time in my life because all I ever wanted was a mom, and I finally thought that I was going to have that relationship with her, and that just kind of got taken away from me. So that was a really, really hard time for me. I think I tried to fill the void with things that weren't good. Um, but my dad was great through it all. Honestly, I would not be anywhere without him. So I'm so thankful for him, but it does really bother me not having her. Like now I don't even have the option, you know?
Yeah.
But
yeah. Grieving someone who is gone has like this final thing to it, you know, where I grieve a person who is still out there, who is still alive.
Yeah.
And that has been one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do because my dad passed away 2 years ago. And, you know, there at the end, our relationship wasn't great, but I'd seen him a couple of days prior to him passing.
Yeah.
So there was something so, like, final about it, you know. But knowing that my mom's out there and living her life and doing all these things and just doesn't care.
Yeah.
Grieving someone who is alive is so much harder than grieving someone who is not here anymore.
Yeah, I feel like I've kind of grieved her my whole life because but now that I'm a mom, I'm just kind of like how, you know, because my kids are my whole world. So
I feel like our stories are similar because we was with dad younger too. Mom was in and out all the time. He tried to put up walls, you know, to
keep us
whether
safe.
It was to keep us safe or he could be spiteful sometimes, you know. Parents are like that. But she was always running around, going different states, places, different men and stuff, you know. So she was never consistent, and I get why he did that, you know.
Yeah. Definitely looking back now as a parent, I definitely agree with the choices that he made to keep me out of her home.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, my dad was not an innocent man.
Yeah.
We can get to that later, but he was protecting us how he thought was best.
Yeah.
And I see that now. So I'm glad that he was that person, you know.
My sisters were also a lot older than me. There's 10 years between me and my oldest sister and 6 years between me and my middle sister. So like they kind of raised me a lot too because obviously my dad had to work and things like that. So they had like a big help in that. So I kind of felt, you know, like I still had that motherly care, but not like not like you should have had. So I feel like I did grieve my mom, like, even when she was alive, and now that she's gone, I'm just trying to still heal from like the things that I wish we could have experienced together, and like the thought of maybe she would have changed for the girls. So it's just, it's emotional. So
It is.
yeah.
That is one of the hardest things about not having a mom,
Yeah.
is missing out on things that other girls get to do with their moms.
Yes, I was hoping you was going to bring something like that up. So I struggle really bad with jealousy of people who have their moms.
Yes, it's hard for me to even
Yeah.
see Alex with his family sometimes.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah.
They are great. They have done everything for me, but it's like he gets that and I don't, and I'm just like, what did I do
Yeah.
to deserve that? And I know
It's
it
really
wasn't
hard.
me. It's their
Yeah.
choices and how they were. and
It's hard to
stuff.
just come to the realization like it's something that we couldn't have changed because we were young. But I have a hard time, like, both of my very best friends still have their moms, and it's really hard to be around them when they're around their moms, because especially like if they get annoyed with their moms or something like that, or like even when their moms babysit, I get so like man, I really wish that I could just call her up and be like, hey, do you want to take the kids for a few hours or something like that. I really struggle with that.
Yeah, no, I get it. Going out with their moms,
Yeah.
shopping, or
Mother's Day is always really.
I stay in bed Mother's Day. I don't even face the world that day. It's just like a knife to the gut every single time.
I hate scrolling on Facebook.
Yes, and that's another thing. You see all these posts about, I have such a great mom. I love her so much. She will do anything for me. And I'm like, what is that like?
Where do y'all get these from?
Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know. Just as a mother, I could not understand having children and not being consistent until I'm gone. Like,
Yeah.
I have a daughter now, and I see like how easy it is to love her and want to be a part of her life. And I picture seeing her when she graduates or goes through her first heartbreak or prom or her wedding day and stuff like that. And I'm like, my mom had no interest in being that person in my life, and she still doesn't.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I just hope that I can live up to what Riley expects of me, because I never want her to feel the way mine has made me feel.
Yeah, I definitely never want the girls to feel anywhere close to what I felt as a kid, because I am 25 and I still struggle with the way like my mom made me feel.
Yeah. Like I told you before, I see my therapist, and that's a big thing that we go over almost every time, is my like constant fear of being like her and disappointing my kids. And she gives me all these tools and stuff, but there's always that guilt back here, like a worry, like or when I get in these depressive episodes where I just have to isolate for a while, I'm like, well, is this not some form of being like mom, because I'm not out there playing or being attentive like I should? And it is just constant guilt.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be her. I do not want to be like her. I want to be better. And, people go through these situations and they go one of two ways. They're like that or they learn from it. And for me, I've learned from it and want to be better. And it's just so, it's just a constant worry for me.
Yeah. I never want to be like her. And I know she loved me. But I always see those posts and that are like, how could you, like, I forgive you as a daughter, but I don't understand how you could as a mom. And that is so true, because I look at my girls, 3 beautiful girls, and I'm like, how could I ever leave you? Like, how could I just don't understand it. So it's something that I'm still doing.
How did you get to a point where you forgave her? Because for me, I know that is what's right and you should forgive. But like I can never forget, even if I forgive her, which I haven't made it to that place yet.
Yeah.
I will never forget this. So like, how did you get to that point where you're like, hey mom, like I love you, differences aside, I
Yeah.
want to have a relationship with you?
Honestly, you know, I go to church and things like that, so that's a really big part of my life, and it always has been. So I just feel like I prayed for a way to get that feeling out of my heart because it honestly made me a bad person. You know, like I hadn't had kids yet or anything. I was only about to turn 17. Um, so for me, it was just like I wanted to have that feeling out of my heart because it just wasn't a good feeling. Like, and honestly, I just wanted her so badly. And I felt like me not forgiving her. When I look back at it now, it should have never been like that. You know, she should have reached out to me. I shouldn't have had to, you know, she's the parent. But I just didn't want to have that on me. And it was New Year's. I wanted to go in, you know, the new year with her. And I was with my boyfriend at the time who had a wonderful mom. And I just kind of saw that and I just wanted that.
Yeah.
Now, it hasn't been easy. And whenever I think about it for a long time, I don't know if I've really forgiven her for everything. Of course, I mean, she's passed on now, but like I still hold on to some of it, and that's something I really struggle with.
Yeah. So I feel like every time I've been to the point where it's like, just let's put this behind us. Let's try to have a relationship again. And I'll go up there, and because she has lived in Braxton for past almost 10 years probably. She turns around and disappoints me all over again. It's like, and I'm like, at what point do you just stop doing that to yourself, you know? Because at what point do you think about what's best for you and your emotional
and mental health? Yeah, for sure.
Because it's like, you can't, I don't care if it's your mother, your brother, your sister, a friend. There's only so many chances a person should get.
Yeah.
And that's truly how I feel. Like, I'm not like, oh, well, you did this wrong and that's it for you. No, like, I genuinely want to try, you know, but then it's like, well, you've disappointed me for the last time, so this is it. So
before, like, she had passed away, like, I had reached out and, you know, said, like, I forgive you and things like that, but I think what is a healthy way to, like, if you just feel like you've given her too many chances, like, you can tell her for your own conscience that you forgive her and things like that, but you never have to have a relationship with somebody you don't want to.
Yeah.
And I'm really big into that. I struggle with relationships in my family. Like, I forgive them. I wish them nothing but the best, but you don't get to enter my life. No.
Yeah. I feel like I'm very good with boundaries, and even like my sisters are like how are you able to just cut someone off like that? And it's because of that relationship with mom and that constant disappointment. That's like, I'm not going to allow someone to make me feel like that over and over again. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're my friend. I don't care if you're a family member. If you're making me feel bad when I have put effort, you know, it's like that saying, like, you can't pour from an empty cup, and I'm not going to try.
Yeah.
So to me, it's just better for my sanity if I just step away and, you know, do what's best for me and my family.
Yeah, for sure.
So tell me about your kids.
Well, this is Lainey. She is 15 months. She is definitely, like, has the second child syndrome. She is a maniac, literally. And Journey and Oakley are twins, but they are the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Journey is, like, fearless. Yeah. They're allowed to look at you.
My kids are day and night, too, for sure. Hi.
A little.
Riley is Alex. She has just always been so calm, you know, such a good kid. She laid back, and then
you have Cade.
Cade is me, a little tornado all through the house. He is his own boss.
Yeah.
He is so funny. You know, when I had Riley, they have a 4.5-year age gap. I didn't want another kid. I was just not great. Like, mentally for me, it was such a hard time after having her, and it lasted for years. So when we did decide to have Cade, we had that miscarriage beforehand and ended up getting pregnant right after. And he was everything I did not know that I needed in my life. Like, because like I said, I was done. I didn't want any more kids. I was not going through that again. You know, because postpartum depression is the worst thing I've ever been through in my life.
Yeah, I'm hoping we can do a whole episode on that, because honestly, we could do a whole season on it, because I know we have both been.
That was the darkest time of my life after both kids.
Yeah, mine was so bad after her, like, it was so bad. So I hope that me and Jasmine can do just one episode on spilling that, and you might have to sit down and grab some popcorn and a snack, because it's going to take a while.
Oh, yes. We will get back to that, because that needs its own episode for sure.
Maybe when Little Miss Thing's not here.
Yeah.
You can sit with your daddy next time.
And truly, that is very hard for me to talk about, because it was such a dark time in my life. So, hi, baby girl. What do you and your family do? Like, do you all do things for fun? Like,
yeah, we love, like, little weekend trips away. We love to play outside. It's the girls' favorite time of the day. We go to church in Clendenin, and we love spending time with, like, our church family, things like that. And we like going on trips too. I swear, every year we go to Tennessee like 2 times a year. Alex's parents, they've done that, like, with the boys their whole lives, so it is something big that they always do. So now we're going twice a year every year. Riley loves it. You know, it's just like a home away from home, really. We love going down there. We sometimes go for a week. Sometimes we go for a long weekend. Like, yeah, that's how we are too. The girls love it. We was there at the same time last time.
Yeah. You know this?
The girls love the island, the dinosaurs now. I think we're going again in November for, like, one of their early Christmas presents, because they ask to go all the time. Journey is obsessed with dinosaurs.
I would love to go at Christmas time. So we're supposed to go at the end of next month, because Angie, my mother-in-law, she is a concert addict. Let me just tell you. Tim McGraw, if you ever hear this, please come meet my mother-in-law. She loves Tim McGraw.
Oh, my gosh.
Seriously. But she's been on a big Cody Johnson kick. We love him.
We love Cody Johnson.
We've been to several of his concerts. Like, she will go out of state to watch the same concert again. Like, she loves them. So there's I think it's him in Knoxville. Him or Tim? I can't remember. Maybe. Don't quote me on that. It's one of them. And so
we have to go.
Yes. And Knoxville, obviously, it's only like 45 minutes from Pigeon Forge. Yeah. So I think we're going down there, and that's 6 seasons. So I'm like, do I want to go? Yeah. Like, the germs, but we love it down there. So I can't see passing it up. What was that?
Are you telling us that you like it too?
You like Tennessee?
She went to Tennessee when she was a week old.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Cade was older, but we took Riley to the beach before she turned 2 months at the beach. Yeah. So
we went camping and went to Tennessee within the first month of her being born.
That second kid.
Yeah, because I mean, like, I had her in the summertime, so I didn't want Journey and Oakley to miss out on, like.
Yeah.
And it was the summer before they went to school, so I wanted them to go everywhere. So I definitely let my guard down with her because Journey and Oakley didn't see the four walls of Walmart until they were like a year old, I think.
That's been me with Cade. Now Riley, I guess when I was younger, I just really, and I had her in at the end of March, so it was like we were out of that winter time,
Yeah.
so I really didn't have to worry too much. But Cade, I had him at the beginning of November. That's the dead start of
I had the
everything.
girls during COVID. So that was
Yes.
like the worst time to
Yes.
have a baby.
Yes. Well, you know, and my kids have been playing, so I thought, well, I have a kid at the beginning of the year. Let's have one at the end of the year. That was the dumbest thing I've ever done. Like, if I could pick a different time to have him, I would now because I didn't even let anyone touch my son until he was over 4 months old. Not my in-laws, just me and Alex. Like,
Yeah.
I would cry when Alex would go to work because I was so afraid he would bring germs in.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you,
postpartum literally changes everything.
And I didn't know that you could develop an OCD like later in life.
Yeah.
You want some of this?
No, it's okay.
So when my therapist was like, Jasmine, like when something affects your daily life and you know you're constantly obsessing over this, she's like, that's what OCD is.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
it definitely like
controls my life.
Yeah.
Even now, Kate will be 2 in a month or so, and it's still like I'm constantly sanitizing my hands. Like if anyone coughs or sniffles, I'm like, stay away.
Yeah.
It has gotten a little better, but it's not gone away.
Little sound effects.
I don't think it would be a mom podcast if
there wasn't at least
there
one
was a
baby
kid somewhere. Yes.
So I know you mentioned like you love your in-laws and stuff like that. Has it always been like have they always been very helpful and like stuff like that? And how did they take you not wanting them around Cade?
So, when me and Alex first started dating, it was a little rocky. Obviously, now that I see it, they just wanted what was best for Alex.
Yeah.
And that had hurt me. I don't want to get too much into it. Alex had a relationship before me.
Yeah.
It happens to everyone. And I think that they took that hard, that ending. Which, whatever. I mean, that's their feelings. So when I come into the picture and I was obviously, me and Alec, I'm a few years younger than him, so
yeah.
While he might have had things more together, I was just starting. I mean, I was 17.
Yeah.
So they had feelings about that, but they were nice. They would always have been nice to me and kind. And once I had Riley, it was just like a whole different. Like they loved Riley. Like you can tell from like the moment that
you had her.
And they had boys. So Angie always says, I waited 20-some years to have a girl.
Yeah, now she has her.
Yes. But what, buddy? Okay. Sorry. They have been great. I don't have family.
Yeah.
Like, everyone talks about having a village, and I know that's something you struggle with. I don't either. So the only people that we have are his mom and dad, which are right next door. And which Scott, his dad, and Alex, they have that business, so they work. And Angie, she worked at the dentist's office for
years.
I mean, longer than I've been alive.
Yeah.
So they were always helping when they could and stuff. And then Angie, she's sick now, and I won't talk about that unless she gives me permission. But
yeah.
She's home now, so Riley, since we had Cade, Riley liked staying over there a lot, you know, especially after he was born. We just like wanted it to be as normal as possible because she was an only kid for 4.5 years. So that's when I started letting her spend the night over there, you know.
Yeah.
So they have been great.
Yeah, they're wonderful people. I've been in my literal whole life.
They are. They're great with the kids. Yeah, my niece, Brian and Selena, they have a little girl now, so she keeps her for Selena while she's working. Um, they're Mimi and Pawpaw. See, Angie wanted to be Grammy. So every time she'd be like, Riley, say Grammy, she'd say Mimi. So that's how Mimi come about. And Scott's always been Pawpaw. And let me just tell you, that man, kids love him. I don't know what it is. Riley was a Pawpaw's girl for years until she was old enough to play Barbies and stuff with Mimi.
Yeah.
Now Cade loves Scott. Bexley, our niece, she loves him. He is just like the baby whisperer. I don't know what it is. He does
My
so
Pawpaw
good.
Penny is the same way. Kids are literally like, I think it's because he makes every kid feel safe and like
Yeah.
included, and he kind of like gets down on their level. But kids love him.
Yes. So, you've talked about your dad a lot, and I know you don't have much of a village, but how is he in your life now?
My dad also owns a business like Scott and Alex do. So he's really busy, and this is one of the reasons that like I look up to my dad so much and I talk so highly of him, is because he works literally from sun up to sundown, and if he's not working, he's usually hunting. But he literally always makes time for us. Like if he works all day long and he hasn't seen us all week, he'll get off work, go home and take a shower, stop and see us. Every time he's down our way, he stops and sees us. He messages us every single morning and tells us he loves us and to have a good day. And like, that's just something I cherish so much. And he literally means the world to us.
I love that for you.
Yeah. He's not married or anything, so he doesn't keep my kids by himself yet. They would love it, but I'm still kind of weary about it. But he does keep like his older grandkids, and they are also obsessed with him because he lives on a huge farm, and of course they get away with everything.
Yes. So. That was telling Scott the other day. I was like, do you not know the word no to them children? But I know
he's definitely a different papa than he is a dad.
Yes.
Because he was like a drill sergeant when we were growing up, and now he is like, yes, anything you want.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So what about and I don't know if this is how is your relationship with your in-laws? How is that for you guys? Is that safe to talk about?
Yeah, that's fine. My relationship with my in-laws is very strained. My husband did not have the best childhood growing up. And I haven't, really talked to him about that to see if that's something that he would be open to me talking about. His dad struggled with alcohol when he was growing up. So it's a process. Yeah,
you talk to him about that, and we can revisit it later, because we don't want to step on toes or anything, or bring anything up that no one's comfortable with. These kids.
We promise that this will be a lot more organized.
Yes.
So fun, and I can't wait to like dive into it more. Without this little stinky butt, but what would it be? What would a mom podcast be without this? This is literally my life. So.
Yeah. And also, this is like, we're learning as we go too. So this is not going to be like one of those big setups where it's edited perfectly. Like this is like the real thing
still
here.
Learning. Yeah, it's going to be a learning process for sure. So just bear with us, but we cannot wait to get farther into motherhood, farther into healing. And honestly, I think for me and Jasmine, this is going to be a healing experience for us both.
Yes.
Just to be able to talk about it to each other, because I mean, besides like therapy and stuff like that, it's really hard to open up to people about like what you've went through. So it's going to be so nice being able to open up to Jasmine about things that I've went through, and open up to you guys and learn more about you too.
Right. So, like we said, if you have any interest on joining us, please reach out if you have any questions or comments. Also reach out. Like Summer said, we will add trigger warnings. We don't want anyone going into anything blind, you know, because everyone has different triggers. I think we decided to move recording days on Friday, so we will be dropping them on Mondays. That just ensures that the kiddos will be occupied and it won't be so chaotic. Yeah.
And you're going to want to tune into our next episode. It's going to be so special.
Should we tell them? You think we should tell them?
Let's tell them.
So, our next guest for our podcast, our first guest actually.
Our first, and definitely will be one of our most special.
Yes. And someone who is dear to both of us is.
Yay!
Yes.
I cannot wait.
Yes.
I think that a lot of moms are going to feel so like included by her, because she is so wonderful. Her story is a story to be heard.
Yes. And if you've ever gone through something and have come out on the other side, who still learning
to heal, learning to go through it, you're definitely going to want to listen.
She's such a strong woman, and this story is just, bring your tissues, please, because we are.
Yeah.
And I already am going to tell you that I'm going to be crying.
Yeah.
Every time I hear this gets brought up, I'm just like so choked up about it. But she's so inspiring.
Yeah, she is.
So don't miss that. That's actually going to be the 17th. October 17th is when will be joining us. So you don't want to miss it. We thank you again.
Okay, so we are going to do a small business shout out at the end of every one of our episodes, because not only are we moms, wives, but we are also small business owners. Jasmine can tell you a little bit. Let's just on our first one, since we haven't got to really introduce our small businesses. We can just do our small businesses for the first one.
Okay.
And just tell you a little bit about them. So I'll let Jasmine go first with her yumminess.
So I opened a food trailer. It's Jasmine's Bougie Bites. I was just bored and wanted to do something to get out of this house. And actually was inspired by a video on TikTok. This woman from out of state somewhere, she had a little pop-up stand for her gated community, and she just sold them on a Sunday, you know. And I was like, I can make this something, you know. Like I made sure no one had one around here, and we bought our trailer and completely redone the inside of it.
Literally crazy from beginning to end transformation. And
it's all pink, just like I wanted to. Not all pink, but it fits.
Yeah.
And I have had crazy success with it. Katie and Kaylee, they've been great helping me. I could not do it alone.
Yeah.
It keeps me busy. I'm about to do my first wedding this weekend.
And we're actually doing it together.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
I thought I was just going to be doing the dessert part, but no, my minis are the main thing of this whole wedding, and I'm so nervous, but, you know, when I made this plan, God's leading it where He wants it to go, so we're going to do it.
Yep.
So you bake and you make food, so tell us about.
So I have always loved to cook and bake and things like that, and I have a lady in my church who like cooks for like if there's somebody in our church that is going through like bereavement, if there is somebody who is sick, somebody that had a baby or something like that, she cooks for them. And she's getting kind of older, so I kind of started doing that. And then it just kind of blossomed from there, and I just love cooking for people. It's definitely my love language. So I started offering like a meal delivery service, um, and that was called Cooking for Christ, and I wanted that to be like solely around, like, I wanted it to be something that God did. And then I kind of moved into baking and other things like that, and I opened up Grace and Goods Co.
So, with that being said, this is it. This is our first podcast episode for Wounded the Wisdom Mama. So, as always, stay true to yourself. There's no timeline for grief. We want you to heal. And
Because we're going to be healing together,
yes.
too.
You're so important to this journey, and we are so excited to get the next one out to you and just continue down this road.
Yep. So this is the end of our first episode, and we hope to see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.